I don't like to talk to people unless they know that I'm trans. I feel like I'm hiding something all the time.
If anybody had said, "Do you think you're transgendered?" I would have said, "What are you talking about?"
Like the stereotypical transgendered person. I knew very young that it was that I was different.
So when I was like 15 or 13 or I don't remember, I was young. All my friends told me that I was a lesbian because I was butch, but I didn't like girls.
I was always considered a girl, I was Lindy Lee Webster, little girl.
When I was 10, puberty started rearing its ugly head, and it was the wrong puberty, and that was fucked up.
Being brought up by my dad and all my uncles and my cousins, they're all male. It kind of feels a little bit of me kind of feels like, oh, I'm kind of like the rest of them, I'm kind of like, I'm a boy. I kind of feel like a boy inside,
I actually started to develop breasts when I was 8, which, as you can imagine, was very hard on many, 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 many levels, because not only was it maybe kind of wrong to me, then I got teased because I was 8 years old.
I don't think that there's anything new under the sun. I think that there's always been a continuum along the gender spectrum.
I even got married. And I thought that again, in a sort of stereotypical way, I thought that would normalize the situation. And well, it did in a way, because I married somebody who couldn't stand secrets. And so the secret came out.
I remember it was probably a week or so after the surgery. It was the first time I was allowed to take the binder off. And it was, Kat and I were the only ones in the house at the time, and I took the binder off, and I looked in the mirror, and it was like flat chest, and I just started crying. And Kat freaked out. She thought I would, that it hurt or something. I said, no, it's just the first time that I've looked in the mirror and I've seen what I've always thought I should see.
Seeing how I relate to my body and how I relate to the world as male now, I wasn't prepared for it. Like, nobody really explained to me everything that it entailed. They were like, here are all the positive benefits, and no one ever talks about the negative things that happen with testosterone.
I also just have incredible sympathy for teenage boys now. I mean, if that's what puberty is like, God bless teenage boys everywhere, because I feel so sorry for them. It's just all you can think about is sex. It's horrible. Like, that is like the only thing on your mind.
My family, my siblings, my brother and my sister, were really pretty supportive. When I told my sister, she simply said, well, I'm not as surprised as you think, and maybe I should be.
It's hard. And it's hard to put yourself out there and want to talk about it when you know that they don't necessarily understand and they don't get it. And, I think at this point it's not that it doesn't even matter that they don't understand or don't get it. It's just like, hello, I'm changing and I'm looking different and I look like a guy and I need to be upfront about that. And this is what I'm doing and not keep pretending like nothing's changed and everything's fine. My voice hasn't changed.
I basically told them that I identified as male and all this stuff, and about a year ago I had decided that I was going to transition and all this stuff, and then luckily I wasn't able to do that stuff because now I'm not so sure.
Part of me has thought that maybe I wanted to cut my boobs off and I wanted to be a boy too, just so that I would on the outside look how I feel on the inside. But then I've thought too that this is the way God made me. This is who I am, and I can love who I love, and I can do what I want to do. whether I'm a boy or a girl.
It sounds like and looks like politically that yes, we're making choices for ourselves now. I can choose to be a different gender if I want to. I can choose to be, on top all the time if I want to. But are we really making those choices for ourselves, or are we responding to what society's labels are giving to us? Are we still under society's thumb in a subconscious way and doing what they want us to do?
So we don't have to take antidepressants or anxiolytics or whatever. I can be happy with who I am.
And you are truly happy.
I'm a hell of a lot more happy.